Good day everyone. Today I have for you the 7th generation BMW 520D. This is the G30 body, which was just introduced this year. To those unfamiliar with BMW nomenclature, the first number indicates that this is a 5 Series, which is BMW's executive line of sedans. The next two numbers indicate the approximate displacement of the engine. In this case, it's a 2-liter engine. And then the letter indicates the engine type. D means diesel, I means gasoline. Here in the Philippines, the 520D is available in either of two variants, the M Sport and the Luxury. The M Sport is spec for those looking for a sportier ride. It has 19-inch alloys. It has a more aggressive front end. It also has some minor tweaks on the transmission and the interior, which I'll show you later. Here in the Philippines, the M Sport retails for around 4.9 million pesos and the Luxury retails for around 4.59. That's $98,000 converted to US dollars for the M Sport. That's almost twice the cost of the car in the US. Luxury cars here in the Philippines tend to be more expensive. Let me give you a walk around of the car. Here in the front, the car has active kidney grills, which is, I think, the first time that it's been introduced in a car in a BMW. The grills have slats which can open and close for better heat management. When the engine is cold, the slats are closed so the engine can reach operating temperature faster. And then when the engine reaches operating temperature, the slats open. The car has adaptive headlights which actively monitor which part of the road you need illuminated. The car's 2-liter twin turbocharged engine produces 190 horsepower at 4,000 RPM, and the car can do 0 to 100 kph in 7.6 seconds. Those are very respectable figures for a diesel-powered mid-sized car. As you'd expect from a 5 Series, the 520D M Sport's interior is very well appointed. Compared to the 3 Series, this car has fewer bare plastic parts. The dashboard is covered in leather. The M Sport variant has aluminum trims running along the dashboard and the sidings. The seats on the M Sport have more aggressive bolstering. Both the M Sport and Luxury variants come standard with leather seats. The steering wheel is covered in leather with 9 and 10 position notches for your hands. The M Sport has paddle shifters. The paddle shifters move with the steering wheel. The car has electric steering. In comfort mode, you can steer the car with just one finger. I've tried driving the car in both modes, and honestly, the difference is not that noticeable. The car has an 8-speed step-tronic transmission, which is capable of some pretty fast shifts, depending on which mode you're in. You can put it in full auto, or you can shift using the paddle shifters. This is a purely electronic lever. There is no mechanical linkage to the transmission. I honestly am not a fan of this design, as it's pretty hard to tell which mode your transmission is at without looking at the dash. The car uses BMW's iDrive system. You mostly operate the menu using this knob. It functions as a joystick, and it's also touch sensitive and has handwriting recognition.
That's it for entering a destination.
In terms of storage, you have space underneath the armrest. It's not much space. You have a 12-volt outlet here and a USB port. It's covered in Alcantara. There's storage space here. You have 2 cup holders. Enough storage space for a water bottle. Okay, that is a very spacious trunk. It is deep, it is wide. You have a power closing trunk. Okay, so the back seat is not so bad. I do have a lot of leg room, but it's not that much more headroom compared to my E39. The rear passengers get their own air vents. It appears as though you have your own thermostat control over there. The back seats. Cup holders. These feel very flimsy. Feels like it's made of cheap plastic. The most obvious difference between this and the M Sport version is are the wood trims. The M Sport has aluminum dashboard trims. In terms of materials, they're mostly the same, I would say, except for the aforementioned trims. This car has a sunroof. The M Sport didn't. Also, there seems to be less bolstering on the seats. And the color choice, beige just looks more luxurious compared to black. You have diamond stitching on the seats. Thanks to the people at BMW Expo 2017, I was able to test drive the BMW 520d. I'll shut up for a while and let the BMW representative talk about some of the features of the car in greater detail.
We have the luxury, and the one we're sitting at is the M Sport. The difference between the two are, of course, the interior. Here you'll see the all aluminum interior versus the luxury that has wood panels, and these have semi-bucket seats versus the luxury that has standard BMW seats. And notice the M Sport steering wheel, the paddle shifts. That's the advantage of the M Sport. And yeah, you'll see the exterior with full-on M body kits, front bumper, rear bumper, and the side skirts. And the major advantage of the M Sport is the M Sport suspension, and the Harman Kardon speakers. This has the M Sport suspension. Yung M Sport suspension, sir, that's stiffer springs and stiffer shocks, so a little bit lower center of gravity. Horsepower the same as the luxury. It's the same engine naman po. 190 horsepower and 400 foot-pound of torque. 3 personalities. We have the Eco Pro, the comfort mode. Comfort mode is upon start of the car. That's the standard driving mode, and the sport mode. And later on when we drive, I'll show you the 3 modes and what are the benefits of this. The fuel consumption is 9 kilometers per liter, and that's on EDSA traffic already. We didn't read the brochure, we didn't look it up online. That was from our former customers who has the G30, the all-new G30 body. But of course, you'll accomplish that upon using the Eco Pro mode.
Yung steering niya electric, ano?
Electric, fully electric. We don't have power steering fluid in all of our units, all electric.
Pag sport pa siya, mas firm yung steering?
Yes po. Ilipat natin sa sport mode. And you'll notice the gauge then. Iba siya from comfort to sport mode. And this is the Eco Pro. Sport. It's a little bit stiffer from sport. Then one problem with the comfort mode for former 5 Series owners, they say that it's too soft, that you lose the BMW feel of it. Pero they transferred it to the sport mode kasi. So, yan sir. Apo, yan. naman, sir. Yes po, sir.
Lindsay, kaliwa.
The drive was a pretty relaxing experience. The car was very well insulated from exterior noise, but that's to be expected from a BMW executive car. The seats were very comfortable. Also, it's a diesel, but unlike diesels of the past, this one is very quiet. Engine response is also pretty good. So basically, it's just like driving a gasoline-powered car, but a lot more fuel efficient. Here in the Philippines, diesel is up to 25% cheaper than gasoline. So if the car can do 9 kpl city, it will be cheaper to run than a 1.3 Vios. The 520D is the model with the smallest engine. It produces 190 horsepower, which is more than adequate for the regular driver. If you move up to the 530D, you get 265 horsepower. Sports cars from a decade ago shipped with a lot less horsepower than that. And you get a car that's fuel efficient, comfortable, spacious, prestigious, and it's daily drivable. It is debatable if the 4 million peso MSRP is worth it, but for that price you get a very luxurious car, and most importantly, you're paying for the prestige that comes with this badge.